permission. In the co-main event...
I'm getting notes. This has never happened before.
Do you want to read them?
June 1st, Newark, New Jersey pay-per-view. Main event, Islam versus Poirier.
Let's go.
Co-main event, 5 rounds, Strickland versus Costa. June 29th. Conor versus Chandler. 5 rounds, 170 pounds.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Hey, fellas. Hope you're having a smashing night. Fucking hell, lads. What's going on? Yeah, fucking Dana White. Yesterday, I'm late to this shit because I was doing all my other videos yesterday, but fucking Dana announced we got Conor versus Chandler for international fight. The date, Mr. Chandler, will be June 29th, International Fight Week. The weight will be 185 pounds. Now, the weight's 170. I don't know what the fuck the start of this video is. Bear with me. Yeah, so we got that fight announcement, Conor versus Chandler. You guys know what the fuck's going on. We got Islam versus Dustin. I'm not breaking any news here. And we got Strickland versus Costa. 3 massive fights, all in the month of June. June's looking to be one of the best months in UFC. Just after... Obviously, we got a rough month to get through in May. You know, we're dealing with Usyk versus Pantoja, Rodrigo Nascimento versus Derek Lewis, and then Barboza versus Lerone Murphy, which is alright. I don't mind that. But we've got three cards in the month of May, and then we're getting 5 cards in the month of June. 2 pay-per-views, a Saudi Arabia fight night, another arena fight night in America, and then a fight night in the Apex. June is looking incredible. Just after an amazing 300 card, and we got 3 massive fight announcements to add to the month of June. Let's talk about them. The notorious Conor McGregor, the return of the Mac, and it will be International Fight Week, June 29th. The opponent will be Michael Chandler, and the weight will be 170 pounds. I changed it up a little bit. I already just said this. I don't know what... I'm going in circles here, but now we got the fight announcements. Conor versus Chandler, incredible stuff. Very exciting. Obviously, we've been kind of ran around in circles with this fight for fucking years, it feels like. Conor's been yapping a whole lot, saying he's going to fight. We don't know when he was going to fight. He announced this fight literally at the start of the year. So, I mean, but that's the thing. We can just never have confirmation until now. So, yeah, now we got it, because obviously Conor swishing around the glass of wine, laughing in his little James Bond laugh, does not mean that the fight is official. But it did seem kind like when people were talking about it for 300 or other cards, it didn't really feel realistic, but this does feel like, this felt when Conor was announcing it like it was like, yeah, it's probably happening. And now we got confirmation. Incredible stuff. I am definitely looking forward to it, of course. And the funny thing is, I really want to pick Conor because it would just be funny. And I feel like if the MMA gods are going to do something, they're going to give us a Conor McGregor win. Like, I just got a feeling that we might get that. Tell me that you can't just see Conor absolutely verbally abusing him in the build-up. Chandler gets pissed off. He's trying to keep his cool. He's trying to play the nice guy and stuff. And he's just not even saying anything back. He's just gone with some shitty fucking philosophy. He's just going to breathe out some fucking extract from a book that he read one time. He's going to bring out a little book to the press conference and he's going to read some extracts, some motivational quotes for us. But I feel like Conor's just going to absolutely 10-7 this guy in the build-up. Chandler's going to be pissed off. He's going to want to prove a point. Conor's going to talk Chandler into standing with him. And then Chandler's going to like overswing on a fucking right hand. And then Conor's just going to snipe back and fucking step back and just snipe him with a fucking left. And we're going to get OG Mac against fucking Aldo shit. Maybe not that quick, but that is like the vibe I'm getting we could have. Like, tell me that's not the perfect comeback for Conor. But I'm ultimately going to go with the logical outcome and say that MMA is not usually a forgiving sport. You're not usually able to go away for that long and come back after a leg break and, yeah, Same thing happened with Anderson Silva. When he broke his leg, he came back, he weren't doing too good. Chris Weidman came back after his leg break, and he got 30-27 by Brad Tavares, and then I guess he beat Bruno Silva, but let's be honest, his fingers beat Bruno Silva's eyes. He did not beat Bruno Silva in that contest, but you know what I mean. Aspinall, it's not a broken leg, but like there's not that many he came back from a bad injury and he won, but there's just not a whole lot of guys that do really bad injuries and are out for like how long? It was July 2021, so it's going to be pretty much 3 years on the sidelines. It just doesn't go well for you. Like, I know he took a while off between the Alvarez and the Khabib fight, but that wasn't 3 years. That was UFC 205 to UFC 229. This is UFC 264 to UFC 303. This is a way longer layoff. Is this longer than Jones took between the Reyes and Garn fight? I'm not sure. That was 246 to 285. So yeah, that might be longer if my maths is right. It probably isn't. I think it might be like the exact same amount of time. But regardless, I just don't see Conor coming back in his prime form. He's getting older. I think he's in his like mid-30s now. And even at 170, the announcement for 170, I don't even like it that much because I would have liked it. And I actually think 170 arguably benefits Chandler. Maybe Chandler gasses hard, but even like the gas tank, which Chandler's not got a good gas tank. I could even see him out cardioing Conor, who just hasn't been in an active competition cycle. But Chandler, the last time he fought was November of 2022. So it's important to know he's been out for only like a year and a bit less than, like about a year and a half or a year and a couple months less than Conor. So he's also been out for quite a while. He's been pretty rusty. He's getting up there too. He's late 30s, I believe. And yeah, it's tough because, look, I think they're going to make the odds even, and I think getting closer to fight day, Conor's going to get closer and closer to a favourite, maybe even become a favourite on the odds, just because I guess the bookies are going to kind of have that same feeling that Chandler might do something dumb and get talked into a striking match and then overswing. Because I'm telling you, when he's running in swinging against Poirier in the first round, I'm telling you Conor's countering him if he's in his good form. And he has looked solid in some sparring, but I guess it's against bums. So it's hard to kind of know how good Conor McGregor is. But yeah, if he comes back close to his prime form or close, like if we get just one last like 2016 Mac and just we get the fucking guy that fought Eddie Alvarez, he's going to smoke Michael Chandler in the first if Chandler stands with him. But Chandler's got the option to wrestle. And even I could see Conor just being shit and slow on the feet and just not good. So I'm going to lean towards Chandler at first. But again, maybe we get closer. I just chuck out a fun. I just do a vibes pick and I just pick Conor just for the sake of it. But the sport's giving us good things right now. We just had UFC 300. Maybe we get like if we're looking at more good things to happen, we get Aldo to beat Martinez at 301. We get Islam to get subbed or fucking knocked out by Poirier. We get Whitaker to beat Hamzat. We get like Strickland to beat Costa. I mean, that doesn't really matter. And then we get Conor to beat Chandler. If the MMA gods are going to give us the fun outcomes, that's what we're going to get. But if the MMA gods take a back seat for this one and just let it play out, I do believe Conor is going to get finished inside a couple of rounds. Maybe either he gets finished on the ground and Chandler's just too big and too strong for him, just overpowers him, or he gets clipped on the feet and his timing's off and he's not good coming back. But maybe the Mac is back and maybe we get fucking notorious Mystic Mac and he just goes in there and chins Chandler in the first, which would be incredible. But remains to be seen. I'm going to lean towards Chandler. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight announcement. Dustin P-Head Poirier versus Makhachev. Yeah, fucking Islam's going to win. He's getting a free title defense. I like Poirier, man. I'm not even like a massive Poirier fan, but I'd be happy to see him win, of course. I'll be rooting for the underdog to win in this one. But I don't know. It's just not going to fucking happen. Islam's too good. Yeah. Like, I get why they did it. And I know what the deal is. It's like they want to get Islam to fight more than once in the year, which I want. I don't want him to just be a guy that fights once a year only in Abu Dhabi. So at least I'm happy he's fighting in America, but the one American he's fighting is just like a guy that does not deserve a title shot and that he's easily going to beat. Now, I know you could say, oh, he's probably going to just beat everyone. Maybe, but at least at least some other guys have actually coming off big wins, multiple wins, not coming off a KO loss to Justin Gaethje before your last fight. Like, I don't know. It's just not tough. It's just tough. Like, it's weird. Poirier beat BSD. It was cool, good win, but he was ranked like number 11, number 12. And yeah, now he's getting a title shot in Newark, New Jersey. So I guess they just needed something for that card because there's no other men's title that they can really do there. If you think about it, they're not doing heavyweight. They're not doing light heavyweight. Alex just fought. Middleweight was always going to be kind of unlikely. That could have been possible, but I guess they want that for the Australia card, maybe, or another card. Welterweight, they're going to do Leon in July. Lightweight, that's what they're doing. Featherweight, Poirier just fought before, and he didn't really have anyone clear for June. Bantamweight, that was going to be that was too quick of a turnaround for O'Malley, and then flyweight, obviously they're fighting in May, so they kind of had to do this, and apparently it was actually offered to Amansukian backstage, like after he won. They straight up came up to him and said, can you fight in 6 weeks? He obviously said no, because that would be retarded to accept a title fight on 6 weeks' notice when you just fought. I mean, it would be cool, but he went distance. It wasn't like he got a quick finish. If he finished Charles in the first and then turned down a title shot, I'd be like, oh, mate, why are you getting so picky? Like, just take it. But no, he went distance. He took some damage, so fair play, Arman. He'll get his shot in October. And so this way it kind of allows everything to just settle and just play out. I know a lot of people saying it's creating a logjam. I don't think so, because I don't think it's like Holloway's being held up here. Like, Holloway just won. He's going to be taking a while off. He took some damage, and he can go fight featherweight. He can fight at lightweight title. He can fight Conor or something after the Chandler fight. Like, he could fight Oliveira. Holloway can really fight anyone, and it won't matter. But Arman's like the only guy that's really like deserving now at lightweight. Because if Gaethje had beat Holloway and Arman had beat Oliveira, then you'd have two both extremely deserving. And then if you did Poirier, then you got two other guys waiting. Then you've got the logjam. But now I don't think it's that much of a logjam. Arman can fight in October. That's not even that bad of a turnaround for him from April to October. That's not a crazy long layoff. So yeah, I'm happy enough with this. I think Islam's going to win by submission in the first. Maybe TKO due to ground and pound. Because all I'm saying, bro, BSD, I love him a lot. He's a great fighter. I shouldn't say that I love him. I said I like him a lot. I love him as a fighter. He's a cool guy. But he had staph, and he also looked kind of shit in that fight. After the first round, and he was dominating Poirier in the first. Like, I just don't think that's a very good look for you, and yeah, it's rough. I don't know, I just don't think he's going to win. Maybe Poirier just gets the MMA gods fully smiling upon him. I looked at the opening odds, it's like minus 500 for Islam, plus like 380 for Poirier. No one thinks he's going to win realistically. Anyone who ends up picking Poirier when this fight comes around, you're just taking it on the off chance he wins, and then you can say, oh, look, I picked Poirier. But no, Islam should win this fight. Maybe even beats him on the feet, and Poirier is fearful of the takedown, and he catches him on the feet. I could see that too, like a head kick or something. But yeah, I'm picking Islam first round finish. Let's move on though to the next fight. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa also got announced for that pay-per-view on the same card as Makhachev Poirier as a 5-round co-main event. Very interesting fight. Very intriguing stuff. I'm going to be going with Sean Strickland as my early prediction. I think he's just way better than Costa, and I just don't think I think the narrative of, oh, Costa might catch him and finish him. Who the fuck has Costa finished? I'm sorry, but I just don't think he's going to. He's way slower than Strickland. He's not as clean of a boxer. He's not even that powerful. Like, they arguably have the same amount of punching power. At least Strickland dropped Izzy and was able to, like, touch up a lot of his opponents. He kind of cracked Cannonier a little bit. He's cracked Dricus and all that. So he finished Abbas. Like, when's the last time we see Paulo Costa get a finish? It was against fucking old man, retired fucking sea captain Johnny Hendricks. So yeah, I don't think Costa's got much danger in this fight. Maybe he lands a fucking spinning wheel kick and Strickland brings his hand down to parry a jab, and then he gets spinning wheel kicked in the face. But apart from that, if Costa doesn't finish him with like a big shot somehow, with a big thudding punch, a big meaty hook, as Lucas Tracy would say, I just don't see any way where Costa wins this over the distance. Like, I just don't. Maybe he somehow just takes him down and bullies him on the ground, but we saw Strickland get up from Dricus pretty easily. Dricus really wasn't able to mount much control time, and I think Dricus is a way better grappler, and a way stronger grappler on top, and a way harder guy to get up from than Paulo Costa. So, yeah, I reckon Strickland's going to shoot him up on the feet. He's going to be landing the jab all night long, pumping that jab down the throat of Costa. Pause. And yeah, he's going to have an easy night with this. I reckon a 50-45 I could easily see. Maybe drowns Costa late to a finish. Maybe racks up a 10-8 round in there at the end if he can really pour it on. But I don't think that's his style. So I'm just going to go with Strickland 50-45. Maybe 49-46. Costa sneaks in around at the start. Maybe he catches him and wobbles Strickland a little bit. But we don't really see Strickland get wobbled. Like, we only see him get put out. Like, Strickland either gets KO'd or you just don't really hurt him. Like, even Dricus that whole time never rocked Strickland or wobbled him badly. He cut him, he beat him up a bit, but he never, like, rocked him or wobbled him. There was never a moment you're like, damn, bro, Strickland's about to get finished. Like, Pereira knocked him out. Dos Santos knocked him out. Ponzinibbio knocked him out. Like, you don't... he's probably been knocked out by another guy too, but, like, not... Apart from that, Izzy didn't rock him. Cannonier didn't really rock him. Abbas didn't rock him. Like, Brendan Allen didn't rock him. Uriah Hall, like, Hermanson. None of these guys rock him. Like, you either catch him and then you just finish him and he goes away, or he just wins a decision, or he loses a decision if you're Dricus, or Cannonier, I guess. But I just don't see Costa on the same level of power puncher as Dricus and Cannonier to where they can win a decision based off more impactful shots. I just don't think he's going to be landing enough to be considered, like, impactful to win on the scorecards with, like, a damage trumps volume kind of argument. I just don't see him doing much damage. He's going to be swinging big looping punches, and Strickland's going to be just not getting hit at all. I reckon this is going to be a really good performance for him, and I think 5 rounds favours him even more. Because Costa's going to have to manage his gas tank too, which has notoriously not been his best weapon. And that also means he's not going to be able to just go balls to the wall in the first round and fight at the same pace that he fought Whittaker with, because I don't think he can keep that up for 5. And even against Whittaker, after a decent first round where he was losing until he got that wheel kick, he pretty much lost the rest of that fight. So yeah, I think he's going to get outclassed, outsped, out-techniqued, and Strickland's going to win a decision. But great fight announcements. I'm picking Chandler by finish, I'm picking Islam by sub, and I'm picking Sean Strickland by decision. Looking forward to all of them. We got some more videos coming soon after 300. There's so much to talk about following that card, so yeah, we'll go fucking videos coming daily probably, hopefully. But yeah, peace out, guys. See you in the next one. Hey, fellas.